Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to learn how to make this Bubu top with a V-shaped scrub neckline. Now at the end of this video, I'm going to give you an honest opinion about the style. So stick around and let's get started. Now for this top, I'm using an Ankara print fabric for it, and it is folded in 4 because I'll be drafting the front and the back together. Now I'm just checking if my fold can accommodate half of my shoulder measurement plus 13 inches for my sleeve. It was enough for that, so I went ahead to mark my start line. Now from the start line, I came down to mark the bust line, the hip line, and the full length. We're not using the waistline because this is going to be a straight cut top. There is no shaping. So you'll mark the bust line, the hip, and the full length. For this top, you have to make it as long as possible because there is going to be drawstrings attached. For my full length, I'm using 7 inches, which is 6 inches plus 1 inch folding allowance. Now the next thing I went ahead to do was to come in from the start by 3 inches and I came down by 1 inch for the back neckline. And after that I came down for the front neck depth and I marked it down. I'm using 7 inches for the depth. Now after that you go ahead and determine how wide you want your V-neck to be. That's the base of your V-neck. Now I didn't want to use 2 inches, so I just went ahead to use 1.6 inches, and half of that was 0.8 inches, so I marked 0.8 inches there. Now remember that for this neckline, we will still need allowance to sew the material attached there. So I came in from that 0.8 inch by half an inch, which will be my sewing allowance. And from there, I went ahead to attach it to connect it to our neck width, like this. Now, the next thing I went ahead to do was to come in by half of the shoulder measurements. From there, I went ahead to mark how long I want my sleeve to be. I marked it at the end. The end was just okay for me. So at that end, I came down by 1 inch, and from that 1 inch, I connected it to the neck width. Now, after connecting it, we're going to come up from the width by half an inch, which is going to be sewing allowance of the shoulders. Now, after that, from this loop that we drew, I'm going to come down and mark the width of my sleeve. Now, I'm going to mark 9 inches for the width of my sleeve, and you can go as wide as you want. Now, after that, the next thing I went ahead to do was to mark the round body measurements. Now, the width of this shirt is based on your preference, honestly. If you don't want it to be too wide, you can just come like 4 inches from your round bust measurement and mark it all the way around. But I want this top to be so wide, so I went ahead to mark times 2 of the round body measurement. That's quarter of the round bust measurement here. So after marking times 2, I just marked it all the way because this is a straight cut shirt, right? Now that we're done with that, I'll just go ahead and cut out the pattern. Now, while cutting on the side, I went ahead to add 1 inch for sewing allowance, but after much thought, I went ahead to cut it out because the width of shirt is already enough if we add sewing allowance. So now I'm done cutting the shirt. Now it's time for us to cut the front neckline. So you just push in the neck of the back inwards so you won't cut it out and cut only the front, as you all can see. Now this is the front and the back, right sides facing each other, and this is our V neckline. So because of the chalk I am using, the width of the neckline became even wider than how I wanted it to be. So if that I used 2 inches from the start, it would still have been okay. So now the first thing I went ahead to do was to join the shoulders together. Now after that, we're going to get the measurement of the round neckline minus the base of the V neckline. What do I mean? I'll measure from one side, round the back, to the other side and stop. Now we're going to also take note of the width of the base of our V neckline. Now the width of this our V neckline is 1.5 inches, and that is what we use to cut out the width of our band. Now for the width, you can see that there is 1.5 inch and ½ inch extra for our sewing allowance. Our band is on a fold and there is hairstay inside. Now, I would also advise that when cutting your band, make sure to add 4 inches extra to the length of measurement that you got. So mine was not enough, so I went ahead to add more. Now let's take a closer look. As you all can see, I stopped sewing ½ inch below the base of our neckline. Now that we're done sewing all around, it's time for us to notch this part. Now from the top of the base, we're going to notch to meet the end of our sewing stitch. But while notching, make sure not to meet your sewing stitch so that you don't have to sew again. So I have notched one side, and the next thing we're going to notch is the other side. So the notch is just a slanted cut from the actual base of your neckline to meet the end of the stitch. Now that we're done with that, we'll just go ahead and push the excess fabric inwards. And as you all can see, our scrub neckline is actually coming in shape. So now the next thing we're going to do is to use a pin to secure it down. And after securing it down, we'll open it up to the wrong side and cut off the excess fabric from the neckline. Now after cutting, you will just go ahead and sew this fabric down to your actual shirt. So if you stitch it down, this is how it should look like. And on the other side, your stitch should be able to meet the stitches on the sides to form a V. That will help the neckline to sit properly. Now it's time for us to make our drawstrings. So from the top, I came down to mark the waist measurement, and luckily for me, my shirt already has a ghetto line on the middle. So from the ghetto line, I marked half of the nipple to nipple measurement, and from that half, I came in to mark quarter of the nipple to nipple measurement. So in total, I had 6 inches, and I marked it from the waist point all the way to the hem of the shirt. Now you can do this on the right side or on the left side of the shirt. It all depends on your preference. Now that I'm done marking the 6 inches all the way down, I went ahead to connect it with a ruler. Now the next thing I went ahead to do was to bring this strap of fabric that you all can see. It is folded in two, or let's just say it has a ghetto line in the middle. So using that ghetto line, I'm going to place it directly on the line that we have drawn, and I'm going to sew from the waistline all the way to the end of the shirt. Now while sewing, I'll make sure to leave 1 inch above the waistline for folding allowance, and I'll also make sure to stop 1 inch above the hem of the shirt, also for folding allowance of the shirt. Now after sewing, this is what we have. I also went ahead to sew 2 long straps for our drawstrings. You know how we fold a loop? We fold it like this and sew it down. So that's how I achieved these 2 loops. Now I'm going to just place the loop to determine where I'll place it. This loop don't have to be as long. I just sewed it without measuring. So this is the length that I want for the loop. You don't want it to be dangling below your shirt so much. So this length is enough. Now we are going to place our loop on the waist mark. Make sure it is ½ inch above the mark. Fold in the 1 inch allowance we left on this strip of fabric and sew them together. Now on the side, we are going to fold in the casing by ½ inch and also sew it down. Now while sewing it down, make sure to not sew on your loop. Your loop should be inwards and it should not interfere with your sewing. Now if you all notice, my loop is ½ inches, but I made my casing to be 1 inch because I want to be able to draw this fabric up without any form of stress. Like it should be free as possible when drawing. You don't need to struggle with it. As for below the drawstring, you see that I left my 1 inch for hemming allowance. Now the next thing that we are going to do is to sew down our dress using the sewing allowance added, and we're going to do this for the other side. Now this is how the shirt turned out. As you all can see, it is looking pretty. Now for my honest opinion on this style, This is especially if you are using an Ankara fabric. Now, if you are sewing this style with an Ankara fabric, because Ankara is very stiff, it is very easy to go from wearing a stylish outfit to wearing a very big sack or a cardboard. So you would want to switch this style as much as possible. One way to do it is to make the width of your top very small. What do I mean? You can just add 4 inches to your round bust measurement and that is okay. But if you still want this big Bubu effect, you need to switch it as much as possible so it doesn't look like a very big sack at the end of the day. I already added a drawstring to this shirt, so that is a plus. But even after that, I also went ahead to add an inner belt to this shirt to elevate this. As you all can see, this is the style of my client and it is looking very much okay. So that's all. Now, if you found my video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Turn on your notifications to be notified of my new updates, and I'll see you all in my next one.